just came for another quick download, but this is a download, seriously. Like where I was just, the last one was kind of a download too, but this is a very important download, you guys. Your childhood, okay? Embrace your childhood trauma. Do not suppress your childhood. I know it hurts. Some of you all have not forgiven your parents or your karmic parents, or even if they weren't, you could have already forgiven them halfway, half-assed, forgiven them. I don't know who exactly energy that I'm picking up on when it comes to this, and I know it has a little bit to do with myself as well, but I know this is for somebody. I love you. This shit ain't easy, and it's not a joke. This is not a game. I definitely feel I feel your energy, and where you may definitely be feeling like you have already forgiven these people without an apology, you know, because I picked up in my own energy yesterday that I still have some feelings towards my karmic parents, and I do. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I've forgiven them for the lies and the betrayal and all of that. I ain't nothing. We can't go back. We can't fix that. We can't. That's something that I have to deal with within myself. So that's why I've been led to go heavier in my shadow work, because I kind of am still having a little bit of feelings when it comes to my childhood, and I thought the thoughts that I was having last night, y'all, like, and this is so terrible to say, but I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna let you know that I completely feel you, and I could be a student at times as well. I'm not just always a teacher. I'm healing. I'm learning. I got through to the wolves on this journey. So, like how the other day I talked to y'all about me being molested in childhood, something that was being suppressed. You know what I'm saying? I suppressed that energy, but as I'm growing more into my intellect, I'm remembering a lot of shit from my childhood. And I may have even talked to y'all about some of it. The What my thought process was last night. I'm like, I didn't forgave her already. But then I also thought about the energy, and this could be somebody projecting this shit too, wanting you to be in your feelings about what happened to you in your childhood, you being molested or you being over whooped. Here it is, you an adopted child. I'm like, CPS should have took me away from your ass. How was I an adopted child and you were beating me like I was your child? I was getting my ass whooped like I literally came from her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I hadn't already forgave her. But it's like in childhood, y'all, we that is some of the most energy, any type of childhood trauma. And sometimes this is not intentionally. We will suppress that energy. We will suppress that energy. Don't run from it. Don't suppress it. Feel it so you can heal it. And I'm just a vessel. I didn't come here to trigger you, because I was triggered last night. I'm like, wait. I'm like, I forgive her for that. And I thought I truly let it all go. But when I got to picking up on shit that I had, they tried to erase from my intellect, because you know that's what they do, MK Ultra, and they want you to forget so you can't heal these different things, or you'll be last minute healing yourself, shit like that. And that could be for significant for some of you guys. Don't suppress your childhood, okay? Address your childhood however you know how. Address your childhood. because I could come on this platform all day, every day, and talk about the karmic people and all of that shit, but this is the real energy that needs to be talked about. Okay? Your childhood is so significant, especially right now. Somebody could be projecting. There, I'm getting that heavily, but it may even still be some things inside of you that you may have missed out on, that you didn't get to see, that you may have forgot about. That's because we suppress trauma, y'all. Don't suppress your trauma, address your trauma. That's all I wanted to say. Like, that was heavy on me last night. That's why I erased the Freedom Project. I'm gonna do the Freedom Project at a later time. But I mean, not like the Freedom Project isn't important, it is, but your childhood is very important as well. I mean, I'm remembering different experiences, and I've talked about this before, maybe last year or about 2 years ago, about how my karmic mother, I was like 5 or 6 years old. You know that in those times, we're just learning right from wrong. I forgot exactly what it is that I did, but she snatched me like this and rushed me into the house, and I hit the corner. And I've even talked to her about this like a few years ago. I'm like, Mom, this was before I knew that she was definitely the handler out of all the other handlers that I dealt with. But she rushed me in the house, like was trying to, I don't know what her aggression was, but she was very aggressive, and I bust my lip on the corner over like the door panel. I bust my lip. My lip was swollen for like a week or two or whatever, and I that came back up again, and I'm like, why is this coming up? Like, why is this? I'm like, oh, this got to be a download. But then I also have still, like, I'm still forgiving her for the abuse, because I'm like, you know what? I'm like, CPS took my kids from me for some shit I ain't even do. They should have been taking me from your ass. I was an adopted child. You were never supposed to be treating me like that. You were getting paid for me. You were getting government funding for me. You were getting paid to abuse me. That's what that was. And I get it. Some of y'all could have went through this too. But it was heavy on me last night. And I'm like, why is this coming up? I'm like, I'm trying to go to sleep. For real. But you may think you forgive someone, and you may say you forgive them, but your energy is not letting something go. So that's why I'm going into a deeper meaning of healing for myself. I'm going into a deeper meaning of shadow work for myself, because I've ascended. I've ascended, and a little bit more than where I was last week, or where I was the week before that. And I have to embrace these different things, and it's hard, y'all. It's not easy. So don't suppress your childhood. That's all I wanted to say. Feel it so you can heal it. Y'all know I come to y'all with experience, with different things that I have suffered through. Like, I was too young to be, for a lot of shit that was happening to me, I was too young. I never wanted to be a part of y'all experiences, your experiments. Like, I was a whole experience. It's like, that lady even whooped me one day where she took my breath away. She took my breath from me. I'm like, and and they'll make you feel like, oh, you deserve this. And she was one of the mamas that will whoop you for old and new, not for what you just did. She gonna whoop you for some shit you did a year ago. That's the type of disciplinarian she is. But I guarantee you, she ain't whooping on her grandkids. And them other kids, the other siblings, they did not get their ass whooped like how I did. She will whoop them, but not how she was whooping me. I was getting beat. I got whooped with anything that lady could get her hands on. I done got whooped with wet towels. I done got whooped out the bathtub. I done got whooped with cords, shoes, all types of shit. I was getting abused in childhood, and they wanted me to forget that shit, baby, and I remember. I do. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. I just want y'all to take that message in for yourselves and do not suppress your childhood. Allow that shit to just go away. Allow it to address it within yourself. Who are you today? What have you been through? Are you persevering through? What have you been able to grow from? That's how you got to look at it. Don't look at it like woe is me, or I'm a victim or victimized, or you may have been a victim or victimized. But you got to see it from a higher perspective, y'all. Okay? See it from a higher perspective and you're going to feel better. All right? Who are you today? And that's it. And I'll see y'all later. Mwah.